Hello, class. It's me, your professor, Prof. B. Let me first start off by apologizing that I haven't made one of these video announcements yet. Normally, I do one of these every week to introduce what we need to do, how you're doing, how I'm doing, that sort of thing. But the fact of the matter is, my life has no privacy. I live in a tiny apartment here in Okinawa with my wife and my 3 kids, and my office at my day job is shared, so I don't get much opportunities to film in any way. Actually, I've started thinking about that. I might start doing some video announcements as I'm driving in or out of work, similar to what you see on YouTube. Except I promise you I won't start singing or lip-syncing songs from Frozen. But anyway, I just wanted to actually get my face and voice out there so you can put a face to the name and a face to the voice you hear in some of the videos for the discussion activities. So, speaking of discussion activities, we don't have one this week. Yay. And that's because we have a quiz. Sorry. So the quiz is obviously on chapters 1 to 5. And the way the quizzes work, they're in MyStatLab, just like your homework. So you'll click on the quizzes link in the left side menu of MyStatLab. And I encourage you to try the quiz and try to complete it earlier than later. Meaning try to get it done before Sunday night if you can, because what I do is if you do the quiz and you don't like how you did, email me and I can reset it for you individually. And what that means is you'll get a whole new quiz, not totally different, similar types of questions, and the numbers and scenarios in the questions will be slightly different, but they should be very similar to the quiz you took formerly. And that's it. So you're only supposed to get one shot, but my approach with teaching is I rather know that you are trying to learn something and master something than get hung up on a grade. And this approach allows you to achieve both, actually. So it's kind of a win-win for you. Anyhow, so we got the quiz, no discussion. Speaking of which, your grades in MyStatLab, so you will have, after this week, completed 4 weeks worth of homework. I have to manually copy those grades into your gradebook in Leo, and that is your source document for your performance. So obviously the grades that you see in MyStatLab give you an indication of how you're doing. However, I have to copy those into Leo, and ultimately the grades that you see in Leo are your official grades. And then when it comes, obviously when the course is over, your official grade is going to come out of Leo. It literally is just like electronically taken out of Leo and put it into my UMUC. So just so you know that. And obviously the weighting of the grades. You can't just take a mathematical average of your performance and say, oh, hey, I have a B average, but when in reality you may not, because of the weighting of the homework, the critical article review, the quizzes, and the final exam, and your class participation. So, and I've been paying particular attention to the class participation. And when I mean that, I mean your initial posts and your replies in the weekly class discussions, mainly because I haven't paid much attention to it, but I've been scrutinizing it lately in the past few semesters because I've noticed some people kind of tend to blow that off, or they'll just reply and not make an original post, which I don't understand that one. But anyway, just so you know, I do look at that, and it is a good, healthy part of your grades. So actually this past week's discussion, I was really impressed with all of you, because I don't know what it is special about your group, this class, but it's the first time for this specific topic where you guys just didn't take the diamonds file and just do the histogram and pivot charts. You went and took different files from the full course zip file array, which I don't know what inspired that, but that was awesome. That actually put a smile on my face that you guys went through the file list, pick and choose, made a decision. Okay, I like this motorcycle file, or this baseball file, or this other file, or this stocks file. So kudos to you for doing that. That was awesome. One last thing about my stat lab. Oddly, I haven't received any emails in terms of folks hitting that Ask the Instructor button for help. That's there for you if you hit a wall in terms of a particular question. And what that does, it sends an immediate email to me with the actual question. Like, it's weird, I get a link with the question, and then you can type in any commentary or further information. I tried this, or I don't understand what the heck this is asking me, and then I can respond directly to you for that specific question. Also, you know, we do have that tutoring course that you can register for, and I know a majority of the tutors who work in that class. And this is the second semester that this tutoring course has been available. It used to be that the tutor was in our class, and UMUC decided, well, let's pool the tutors, make a class, and see how that worked. And last semester was the first time, and it seemed to work pretty well. I didn't really hear anything bad about it, other than availability and timing and that sort of thing. But like, if you're enrolled in the tutor course and you're finding issue with it, obviously just let me know, or use the Ask the Instructor button. That way you can interact directly with me, or you can just shoot me an email. I'm like super quick in responding to students. Like, that's my goal, is to provide like super fast, high quality customer service for you, even though I'm way the heck on the other side of the globe. So, and then after this week, unfortunately, things are going to be a little bit harder. Obviously, this week in Chapter 6, we're getting into correlations and regression analysis, and more correlation and less regression, because with simple linear regression, we address that later in the course. Because I really don't know why it's split like that, because mathematically and computationally, they're near identical. It really just... I'm getting ahead of myself in terms of the ordering of the variables in the analysis, but mathematically they're identical. So everything we learned with Chapter 6 is going to totally carry over later on in the course when we get into simple linear regression. And why I say it's easier, it's just because in Excel it's like really easy to set up the data file and run it with the data analysis tool pack or PHStat2. And again, I haven't had any problems with people mentioning things with Excel. I like PHStat2, but I also really like StatCrunch. It's because it's part of the textbook and is Mac versus PC independent. So obviously I work with both operating systems, so you know, so I can troubleshoot both. But that's it, because after this, we hit the normal distribution and probability. Things are going to get a wee bit tough for a couple weeks. And I just ask you to be patient, because once we muddle through it, we'll be okay, and things will get into inferential statistics, and things are a little more concrete, I think, and we should be okay. So that's it. Again, I apologize for not making a video announcement sooner. Again, my motto, if you have any questions, just ask.